Kobe Bryant delivered a legendary performance in Game 4 of the 2006 playoffs against the Phoenix Suns, cementing his reputation as one of the most clutch players in NBA history. With the Lakers leading 2-1 in the series and just 7.9 seconds left in regulation, the Lakers were down 88-90 with the Suns inbounding the ball. With Boris Diaw inbounding, Steve Nash breaks free from his defender and secures the pass. But Smush Parker was right on his tail, knocking the ball loose and having the ball ultimately land in Bryant's hand for the last shot.
Cannot allow precious seconds to go off the clock by not being close to a man.
They'd love to get it into Nash's hands, and they do.
Ball knocked away, stolen by Parker.
Here it is.
Here comes George to Kobe Bryant. Bryant inside. It's good. It's good. Tie game.
This first shot is not as highly recognizable as the one to come. But with this first effort, the real magic would have never occurred. Playing this back, I realized the shot had a very high degree of difficulty. Making a jab step dribble, freeing up space right on the baseline for him to get a layup/floater off. His ascent wasn't far from the basket, but he knew his shot was going to get blocked unless he tossed it up high. Diaw was flying in to pin the ball against the backboard, but in the end, it was a beautiful shot, gracefully floating in and tying the game at 90 to send it into overtime. After one period of overtime, the game came down to this.
A one-point game. Walton can tip it. Bryant with the save.
Now you're going to get a shot here.
Final seconds. Bryant for the win. Bang!
Jerry West's legendary 60-foot buzzer beater in Game 3 of the 1970 NBA Finals remains one of the most improbable shots in basketball history. With the Lakers trailing the Knicks 102-100 and just 3 seconds left, West launched a desperation heave from beyond half court. West switched it at the horn to force overtime at Madison Square Garden. The crowd stood in stunned silence as West, known as Mr. Clutch, sprinted down court in disbelief and arms raised. Though the Lakers ultimately lost the game and the series, the iconic moment, forever immortalized in NBA lore, cemented West's reputation as a cold-blooded winner. Even today, the image of his arms outstretched mid-flight serves as a timeless symbol of playoff magic. Reggie Miller's legendary 8 points in 9 seconds during Game 1 of the 1995 Eastern Conference Semifinals is one of the most electrifying playoff performances in NBA history. With the Pacers trailing the Knicks by 6 points and just 18.7 seconds left, Miller, known for his killer instinct, stunned Madison Square Garden into silence.
Miller for three, and he got it. Reggie Miller with a clutch tray, and it's 105-102. And a steal. Miller retreats to the three-point line and hits again. Reggie Miller made a three, stole the ball, raced behind the three-point line, and hit again.
One of the greatest clutch playoff performers of his generation.
For only the second time in 16 games here at the Garden against the New York Knicks, Indiana has reached 100 points. They won the other time. Maybe this will be the magic number for them here as well.
It's like Indiana's win in Game 1 at Orlando last year.
Miller hits two.
No timeouts.
Anthony stumbles and falls. Time runs out. Reggie Miller scoring 8 points in the final 32 seconds. Taunting Spike Lee and 19,000 at Madison.
The sequence was pure Miller time, a display of icy nerves, quick strike shooting, and sheer audacity that broke New York's spirit. To this day, it remains the gold standard for late game heroics, proving Reggie was one of the most dangerous clutch scorers ever. LeBron James authored one of the most dramatic moments of his storied career with his Game 5 buzzer beater against the Indiana Pacers in the 2018 playoffs. With the first round series tied 2-2 and the clock winding down in a 95-95 game. James took an inbound pass with just 3 seconds left, dribbled to the top of the key, and launched a high-arcing three-pointer over Thaddeus Young's outstretched arm.
Left, Cleveland triggers in. James, 2 seconds, 1 second for the win. Oh! LeBron James delivers. That's a winner in Cleveland.
The shot splashed through at the buzzer, sending the Cleveland crowd into absolute pandemonium as LeBron stood motionless in his iconic follow-through pose before being swarmed by teammates. This unforgettable moment capped a 44-point, 10-rebound performance where James willed his underdog Cavaliers to victory, single-handedly keeping their season alive. John Stockton etched his name into NBA playoff lore with one of the most clutch shots in Jazz history during Game 6 of the 1997 Western Conference Finals. With Utah trailing Houston 100-98 in the final seconds, Stockton took an inbound pass from Russell, dribbled with intention to the three-point line, and launched a three-pointer over Charles Barkley's desperate closeout.
Stockton, open three. Good! John Stockton sends the Utah Jazz to the NBA Finals.
Russell to Stockton. Stock for three. Stock got it. Unbelievable. John Stockton. John Stockton. It's over. The Jazz win it.
The shot swished through as the game clock expired, sending the Delta Center crowd into absolute bedlam and propelling Utah to a 103-100 victory that clinched the franchise's first ever NBA Finals appearance. The iconic moment perfectly encapsulated Stockton's ice-cold demeanor under pressure, as the typically reserved point guard celebrated with an uncharacteristic fist pump while being mobbed by his teammates. Magic Johnson's iconic baby skyhook in Game 4 of the 1987 NBA Finals stands as one of the most clutch shots in league history. With the Lakers and Celtics tied at 106 in the final seconds, Magic drove right into the lane and lofted a delicate, high-arcing hook shot over the outstretched arms of Boston's legendary defenders Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish.
Laker ball and a shot to win it.
Down by 1. 5 seconds to go.
Magic down the middle, just what I thought. A hook shot at 12.
The ball dropped through the net with 2 seconds left, giving Los Angeles a critical 108-106 lead they wouldn't relinquish. The shot sent the Forum into hysterics and crushed the Celtics' spirit, putting the Lakers up 3-1 in the series en route to their 4th title of the decade. More than just a game winner, Magic's improvisational masterpiece, a play not even Coach Pat Riley had drawn up, showcases genius, flair, and unshakable confidence in the biggest moments. Derek Fisher's miraculous 0.4 shot in Game 5 of the 2004 Western Conference semifinals remains one of the most improbable buzzer beaters in NBA history. With the Lakers and Spurs tied at 72 and just 0.4 seconds left on the clock after Tim Duncan's absurd fadeaway over Shaquille O'Neal, Fisher caught an inbound pass from Gary Payton, turned, and released an 18-footer in one fluid motion, all before the buzzer.
To Duncan. He gets doubled. Shaq all over him. He gets away a fadeaway. He makes it with 4:10 left. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's pressured. He makes it from way outside. Here they go. They get it to Fisher. He scores! Derek Fisher scores at the buzzer. The Lakers are going to run to the dressing room and they'll try to get it.
The shot somehow found nothing but net, sending the Staples Center into absolute chaos as Fisher sprinted off the court in disbelief. The NBA rulebook states that 0.3 seconds is the minimum time needed to catch and shoot, making Fisher's lightning-quick release even more incredible. The Lakers won 74-72, stole momentum in the series, and eventually advanced to the finals. More than just a lucky heave, Fisher's clutch heroics epitomized his reputation as a big moment player, a shot so legendary that fans still debate whether it was even physically possible. Robert Horry's legendary big shot Rob moment in Game 4 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals saved the Lakers season and cemented his reputation as the NBA's ultimate clutch role player. With Los Angeles trailing Sacramento 99-97 in the final seconds, a chaotic sequence saw Vlade Divac bat the ball out to midcourt, right into Horry's hands. Without hesitation, he launched a three-pointer at the buzzer. Horry nailed the three-pointer, silencing Kings fans worldwide and delivering a stunning 100-99 victory. The shot not only tied the series 2-2, but also shifted momentum in what became an epic 7-game battle, ultimately propelling the Lakers toward their third straight championship. To this day, it remains one of the most iconic shots in Lakers history, and a defining example of why he earned the nickname Big Shot Rob. In one of the most dramatic endings in playoff history, Kawhi Leonard etched his name into NBA legend with an unforgettable Game 7 buzzer beater against the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2019 Eastern Conference semifinals. With the score tied at 90 and just 4.2 seconds left, the Raptors inbounded the ball to Leonard, who sprinted to the right corner, elevated over the outstretched arms of Joel Embiid, and released a high arcing fadeaway as a buzzer sounded. The ball hit the rim, once, twice, 3 times, teasing the crowd with agonizing suspense, before rattling in on the 4th bounce, sending the Scotiabank Arena into a frenzy. The moment was surreal. Leonard crouched in the corner, watching the ball's fate, while Embiid collapsed in disbelief as the Raptors stormed the court in celebration. This shot, now immortalized as the bounce, not only crushed the 76ers' title hopes, but also propelled Toronto on its historic championship run. To this day, the image of that bouncing ball and Leonard's icy demeanor amid the chaos remains one of the defining highlights in NBA history. Damian Lillard's legendary game-winning shot in Game 5 of the 2019 Western Conference first round was a breathtaking display of cold-blooded clutch greatness. With the Blazers leading the series 3-1 against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the score knotted at 1:15 in the final seconds, Lillard sized up Paul George from 37 feet out, well beyond the arc, as the clock ticked down. With just 1.8 seconds left, he unleashed a deep, high-difficulty three-pointer over George's outstretched arm.
George backing up. Lillard doesn't want to pick. Dame going for the win. A three-pointer for the game.
Lillard drained it at the buzzer to eliminate the Thunder in stunning fashion. The second the shot swished through the net, Lillard turned toward the Thunder bench, waved goodbye with a cold, dismissive flick of his wrist, and was immediately mobbed by his Trailblazers teammates in an eruption of pure euphoria. The shot capped off a 50-point masterpiece from Lillard, who had been locked in a fierce battle with Russell Westbrook all series. The deafening roar of the Motor Center crowd, George's stunned reaction, and Lillard's icy celebration made it an instant playoff classic, forever remembered as one of the most audacious, iconic daggers in NBA history. Kyrie Irving's clutch three-pointer in Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals is one of the most iconic shots in basketball history. With just 53 seconds remaining and the score tied at 89, Irving isolated against two-time MVP Stephen Curry at the top of the key. Dribbling patiently to his right, Irving stepped back and launched a contested 26-foot three-pointer over Curry's outstretched hand.
And they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown! 4th quarter for Cleveland, including this one. They came out of the timeout set to get Steph Curry on Kyrie Irving. They get exactly what they want. Everybody out of my way. It's time to dance. Gets him one-on-one, lulls him to sleep, forces a late contest. That's a big-time offensive play by Kyrie Irving, but it's a play he's made his entire life. The ability to score and flat out get it done on the offensive end.
That dagger gave the Cavaliers a 92-89 lead, one they would not relinquish, helping secure the franchise's first ever championship and completing an unprecedented 3-1 finals comeback against the 73-win Warriors. The moment was made even more legendary by Irving's icy focus. No celebration, just a sprint back on defense, while Curry could only stare in disbelief. Combined with LeBron James' iconic chase down block on Andre Iguodala just moments earlier, Irving's shot cemented itself as the defining bucket in Cleveland's historic title run, forever etching his name in NBA lore. Ray Allen's corner three in Game 6 of the 2013 NBA Finals is one of the most clutch shots in basketball history, a moment that saved the Miami Heat season and altered legacies forever. With Miami trailing the San Antonio Spurs 95-92 and just 5.2 seconds left in regulation, LeBron James missed a desperate three-pointer, but Chris Bosh soared to grab the offensive rebound. As the Spurs scrambled, Bosh fired a pass to Ray Allen, who instinctively backpedaled into the right corner, his signature spot. With Tony Parker closing out hard, Allen set his feet in a flash and launched a high-arcing three-pointer over Parker's outstretched hand.
Are deadlocked at 95.
The ball splashed through the net, tying the game and sending American Airlines Arena into absolute lunacy. The shot forced overtime, where Miami eventually won 103-100 to stave off elimination. Allen's legendary composure, his flawless footwork to stay behind the line, his quick release under pressure, epitomized his status as the greatest three-point shooter of his era. Without that shot, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and the Heat likely lose the series in 6 games. Instead, Miami went on to win Game 7, securing back-to-back championships. On May 7, 1989, in a win-or-go-home Game 5 of the first-round series against the Cleveland Cavaliers, Michael Jordan delivered one of the most memorable moments in NBA history, simply known as the shot. With the Chicago Bulls trailing 100-99 and just 3 seconds left, Jordan took the inbounds pass to the foul line, drove left, and elevated over Craig Elo at the top of the key. Hanging in the air as Elo and Larry Nance desperately contested, Jordan released a high-arcing jumper at the buzzer.
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win! Set the Cleveland Cavaliers. Michael Jordan hits it at the foul line. 101-100. 20,273 in stunned silence here in the Coliseum. Michael Jordan with 44 points in a game hit the shot over Craig Elo.
The ball switched through the net as time expired, giving the Bulls a 101-100 victory and eliminating the Cavs in heartbreaking fashion. The moment was pure theater. Jordan's gravity-defying hang time, Elo stumbling to the floor in disbelief, and the deafening roar of the Cleveland crowd instantly silenced. As the Bulls mobbed him, Jordan unleashed an iconic fist pump celebration, immortalizing the play. The shot not only showcased Jordan's unrivaled clutch gene, but also marked a turning point in his legend, proving he could single-handedly crush an opponent's soul in the playoffs. More than just game winner, the shot symbolized Jordan's rise as basketball's ultimate assassin and remains one of the most replayed highlights in NBA history. It was the birth of a legacy, the first of many unforgettable Jordan moments that would define an era. The clock ticked down to 18.9 seconds in Game 6 of the 1998 NBA Finals, the Chicago Bulls clinging to an 85-86 deficit against the Utah Jazz. The Delta Center pulsed with nervous energy. This was it. Championship or chaos. Michael Jordan, the game's greatest assassin, knew what was coming. First, he stripped Karl Malone in the post with 18.7 seconds left, a predatory swipe that silenced the crowd. Then, as the seconds melted away, he isolated on Brian Russell at the top of the key. A crossover dribble to his right, some say a subtle push-off, others say pure Jordan sorcery, created just enough space. With 5.2 seconds remaining, Jordan rose up, his body perfectly suspended in midair, his right arm extended in textbook form. The shot, a 20-footer, left his fingertips as the Jazz defenders lunged in vain.
11, 10, Jordan a drive, hangs, fires, yes!
Swoosh. The net barely moved. 87-86. Bulls lead. Jordan held his follow-through, fist clenched, frozen in time, the pose of a champion. The Jazz had one less desperate heave, but it didn't matter. The Bulls had won their 6th title, completing a second three-peat. This was the last shot, Jordan's final act as a Bull, the perfect ending to an era. No fanfare, no warning, just cold-blooded execution when it mattered most. The image of Jordan, arm outstretched, alone at center court, remains the defining snapshot of his invincibility. It wasn't just a game winner. It was the coronation of basketball's undisputed king. And just like that, with one flawless jumper, the legend walked off into the sunset, on his terms, at the peak of his powers.